Welcome to the next lecture that is on recurrence relation. So here we will discuss about the partial fraction decomposition, because in the further studies for to solve the recurrence relations by the generating function we need the partial fractions. So here in this lecture first we study about the partial fractions and how to do the partial fraction decomposition of the given expressions. So take some examples how to do the partial fractions. So let's start it first. What is the partial fractions actually? Here we have the two terms, suppose two fractional terms like 1 upon x minus 1, 1 upon 2x plus 1. So when we add or subtract these two different denominator expressions, so it become a common denominator. So this is when we bring them together it become a common denominator, right? So but when because of whenever we have to do the reverse this process, so what is that? If we have suppose this we have this expression fractional term 3x upon 2x square minus x minus 1. When we express this term in the two factors, two fractions, that is 1 upon x minus 1 and 1 upon 2x plus 1. So this is the reverse process of the common denominator, right? So when we have this fraction and we split it into the two fractions, so this is process is called the partial fractions. So we can say that if we have the two fractional terms and we add them or subtract them and find the common denominator term, and the reversely if we have suppose this expression and we split into the two different denominator fractions, so this is our called the partial fractions. Clear what is the partial fractions? Okay, so now let's take some examples how to do the partial fractions of the given expressions. So here first of all our example is that 5x minus 1 upon x square minus 2x minus 15. So here how to do the partial fraction of this? Here you see that the denominator term is quadratic term. So how to factorize it? First you do the factorize of this term. Denominator, all of you know that we have to factorize the quadratic term. So this the factors are x plus 3 and x minus 5. Now, after that, how to write the partial fractions here? Here you write the partial fractions is like that a1 upon x plus 3 plus a2 upon x minus 5. Now x plus 3, this is a linear term. So when we have the linear term in the denominator, so we have to take the constant terms in the numerator. So we take a1 upon x plus 3 and second term we have again the linear term. So we have to take the numerator in the constant term in the numerator a2. So we can write this is a1 upon x plus 3 plus a2 upon x minus 5. So like that we write the partial fractions. Now what we do, we have to solve the values of a1 and a2 here and put here, so this will be the partial fraction of the given expression. So for this first of all we have to clear the fractions here. Clear the fractions means you have to take the LCM of this and cancel out the denominator. So it become 5x minus 1 is equal to a1 and this become x minus 5 plus a2 x plus 3. So now cancel out the denominator. So now from this expression we need to calculate the a1 and a2. So for this first we combine all the terms of the x here. So that will be when we combine the terms of x, so it will give a1 plus a2, and when we combine the constant term, so that is minus 5a1 plus 3a2. Now how to solve it? Now comprising both sides the coefficients of x. When we comprising the both sides the coefficient of x, so that will give a1 plus a2 is equal to 5, and when we comprise the constant term, so that will give minus 5a1 plus 3a2 is equal to minus 1. So now we have the two terms and two unknowns are here a1 and a2 which we need to find. So solve these two equations and find the values of a1 and a2. So these values are, after solving these two equations, 2 and 3. So now we have these values. So put here in our expected expression, that was a1 upon x plus 3 plus a2 upon x minus 5. So now it become 2 upon x plus 3 plus 3 upon x minus 5. So this is the partial fraction of the given expression. Clear how to do the partial fraction of this expression? Okay, this is the one way. Another way, that will be the easy way, you can solve the values of a1 and a2. So up to here you have to do like the earlier way, means you have to cancel out the denominator. Now your expression is 5, was that 5x minus 1, a1 x minus 5 plus a2 x plus 3. So now how to solve it here for the values of a1 and a2? So you see here, when we put suppose x equal to 5 here, when we put x equal to 5, so this term will be 0 and only remaining term is a2. So put the value of x equal to 5 and we can find the value of a2. When we put x equal to minus 3, so in that case that term becomes 0 and we can find the value of a1 here. So we do like that. When we put x equal to 5, so this term becomes 0 and we can find the value of a2. So when you solve it, you get the value of a2 is 3. Now second time when we put x equal to minus 3, so this term becomes 0 and we can find the value of a1 here. So that is 2. So now easily we can find the value of a1 and a2. So now let's put these values in our expression, assumpted expression, partial fraction, that is 2 upon x plus 3 plus 3 upon x minus 5. So now this is the partial fraction of the given expression. Clear how to do the partial fractions? Okay, so let's take another example of this. Suppose here we have, so you can see that this is the cubic term, cubic expression, cubic equation in the denominator. So how to solve it, how to factorize it? First we take the common x from the denominator and this become x square minus 4x plus 4. So we can write this x minus 2 whole square. So how many terms in the denominator we have? We have the 3 terms in the denominator. One is x, second is x minus 2 and third one is x minus 2 whole square. Whenever you have the x minus 2 whole square like that, so it means that you have to the 2 terms. So we can write the partial fraction decomposition is a1 upon x plus a2 upon x minus 2 plus a3 upon x minus 2 whole square, right? These works like a 2 terms, x minus 2 and x minus 2 whole square, and x is a linear term, so we take the constant in the numerator, that a1 upon x, and this is again the linear term, so we take the constant a2, and this is a linear term, so we take the constant a3. So this is the way to write the partial fraction. Now proceed to solve it. So first of all we clear the fractions, so it become minus x square plus 2x plus 4 is equal to a1. With a1 to take the LCM, we need that x minus 2 whole square plus a2, with this x minus 2 and plus a3, it become x. Now from here we want to calculate the value of a1, a2, a3. So comprises and expand and combine all other like terms. So when we combine the x square terms, it become a1 plus a2. When we combine the x terms, so it become minus 4a1 minus 2a2 plus a3. And when we combine the constant terms, so that become 4a1. Now solve it for a1, a2, a3. So comprising the coefficients of the x here. When we compare the coefficient of x square both sides, so it will give a1 plus a2 is equal to minus 1. When we compare both sides the value of x, that is minus 4a1 minus 2a2 plus a3 is equal to 2, and when we comprising the constant terms, so that will give 4a1 is equal to 4. Now we have the 3 equations and 3 unknowns which we need, a1, a2, a3. So solve these equations and find the values of our constants. So from the last equation we can find the value of a1 easily, that is 1. Now we have the a1, so we can find the value of a2 when we use the a1 in equation 1, so that will give a2 is equal to minus 2. Now we have the values of a1, a2, so we use these values of a1, a2 in equation second and find the value of a3, so that will give a3 is equal to 2. So now we can find the values of a1, a2 and a3. So now put these values in our expected expression, that is 1 upon x minus 2 upon x minus 2 plus 2 upon x minus 2 whole square. So this will be the partial fraction decomposition of the given expression. Clear how to do this? Okay, let's check the for the another way. So how to do it? Up to here we have to do that means x cancel out the denominator, so we get this expression. So now from this expression, how can we calculate a1, a2, a3? You can see here when we put x equal to 2, so this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, only we have remaining the a3 term, so we can easily find the value of a3 when we put x equal to 0. So this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, and only we get a1, so we can easily calculate the value of a1 from here. So just do it. When you put x equal to 2, so you get the value of a3, that is 2. When you put x equal to 0, so this term and this term, both term become 0, so only remaining term is a1, and put here x equal to 0, so you can find the value of a1, that will be 1. Now, how to do the find the value of a2? What value of x you put here so that you can find the value of a2? So, here you can put any value of x except 0 and 2. So, you will get the value of a2. Means even a3 you have already. So, you can put any value of x, then you can find the value of a2. That will be unique. Means you can put x equal to 1, 3, 4, whatever you want, but always you will get the a2 is minus 2. You can try it. Okay, so now we have all these constant values, so put in our expected fraction, so that is 1 upon x minus 2 upon x minus 2 plus 2 upon x minus 2 whole square. So this is the partial fraction of the given expression. Clear? Okay, so now let's apply a similar process when working with irreducible quadratic factors. Irreducible quadratic factor means we have up to till now we have the quadratic term, so we can factorize it right in the linear terms, but sometimes we have like that the quadratic term which we cannot factorize it, like x square plus 1, like that. Okay, so now suppose we have this example here, how to when you factorize the denominator. So how can you factorize it? Here you can see that if you take the first two terms and you take the common of x square in first two terms, so that will give x minus 1, and last two terms is x minus 1. So from here you will get the factors x minus 1 and x square plus 1. So now how to write the partial fractions of this? Because x minus 1 is a linear term, so you can take the constant in numerator, so it become a upon x minus 1 plus in the x square plus 1, this is a quadratic term and we can't factorize it. Okay, so if you have the quadratic term in the denominator, so you have to assume the numerator like a linear term, so that is bx plus c. If you have suppose the cubic term in the denominator, means like a cube plus 1, so what will be you assume in your denominator? You have to take the quadratic term, means bx square plus cx plus d, like that. Clear? So here we have the quadratic term, so we assume bx plus c. So now we have the three unknowns a, b, c. So calculate these three unknowns value and put here, so you will get the partial fraction of the given expression. So now first of all we have to clear the fraction, so it become x square plus 4x plus 1 is equal to a x square plus 1 plus bx plus c x minus 1. So now expand and comprising the like terms, so it become, if we comprising the combine the x square terms, so here it will give a plus b. When we combine the x terms here, so it will give minus b plus c, and when we comprise the and we combine the x constant term, so it will give a minus c. So now solve it. For solving it, we have to compare the coefficients of x here. When we compare the coefficients of x square both sides, so it will give a plus b equal to 1. When we compare the coefficients of x both sides, so it will give minus b plus c is equal to 4. And if we comprising both sides the constant term, so that will give a minus c is equal to 1. So now we have the three equations and three unknowns a, b, c. So we can solve these three equations and can find the value of a, b, c easily. So that will be a is equal to 3, b is equal to -2 and c is equal to 2. So now put these values in our expected expression. So that will give 3 upon x minus 1 is plus minus 2x plus 2 upon x square plus 1. So that will be the partial fraction of the given expression. Clear how to do it? Okay, so let's take another example for this. Here our denominator is x square plus 1 whole square, and x square plus 1 is another irreducible quadratic term. We can't factorize it. So how to assume this? What does it mean? How many terms you have here? You have here two terms. One is x square plus 1 and second one is x square plus 1 whole square. So now we can take the partial fraction of this is, because x square plus 1 is a quadratic term, so we can assume the linear term numerator, so that is b1x plus c1, and this is x square plus 1 whole square, so we have to take the linear term b2x plus c2. So here we have to find the four constants values b1, c1, b2, c2. Okay, so now let's proceed it. First we clear the fractions, so it become 2x cube minus x square plus 5x is equal to b1x plus c1, and this become x square plus 1 was already 1 here, so x square plus 1 plus b2x plus c2, and it become 1. So now we have this. So expand and combining all like terms. So here we combine the terms of x cube here, that is b1, x square combined terms, that is c1. When we combine the x terms, so that will give b1 plus b2. When we combine the constant terms, so that will give c1 plus c2. So now for solving it, we compare the coefficients of x here. When we compare the coefficients of x cube both sides, so it will give b1 is equal to 2. When we comprising the coefficients of x square both sides, so it will give c1 is equal to -1. When we comprising both sides the coefficient of x, so that will give b1 plus b2 equal to 5. Now when we compare the coefficients of constant terms, so what you will have? You will have c1 plus c2 is equal to 2. Why we put here 0? Because you can see here not the constant term in your left side. It means that it will be 0. So we put here c1 plus c2 is equal to 0. So already we have the values of b1 and c1, so we can easily find the value of b2 and c2 from these two equations. So put here the values of b1, we can get the value of b2, that is 3, and when we put the value of c1 in here, so we get the value of c2, that is 1. So now we have all these constants values b1, c1, b2, c2. So put in this our expected expression, partial fraction, so that is 2x minus c upon x square plus 1 plus 3x plus 1 upon x square plus 1 whole square. So like that, this is a partial fraction of the given expression. Clear how to do the partial fractions? I hope that all of you understand how to do the partial fractions of any type of expressions. So you have to do the practice the questions and do the partial fractions of the expressions. Okay, so to do the practice of this, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the solution of the reconciliation by the generating function, where we need these partial fractions. So today's lecture is completed now. Thank you.